Bowers. Today I'll be giving you an informative speech on CrossFit. Since as far back as I can remember, people have been in search of the elusive workout system. From Richard Simmons, sweating to the oldies in the 80s, and Tammy Lee Webb's Buns of Steels in the early 90s, Americans have spent countless time, money, and effort in search of this perfect system. I'm here to tell you about a system known as CrossFit, or as some would say, a cult of the workout world. Despite its growing popularity and its decade-plus existence, CrossFit has still not been able to have a widespread following. A lot of people would say that CrossFit does not have a widespread following because it's hard and it does not work. But I would say that CrossFit does work and it's hard, and that's why people don't follow it. But before we go any further, I feel that it's important that we will identify what CrossFit is not, which will better help us understand what CrossFit is.
One, two, three, 1, 2. Like that.
Okay, we got a lot of dirty clothes we need to wash. You guys ready? 5, 6, 7, here we go. Wash. Use those abs. Come on, stand up. Boop. Boop. Front leg. Crunch. Woo! Working on through. Come on, get it again. And 4, 3. Everybody. 2.
Ready? Under, hold, release. Under. Release. You're going to alternate squeezing and releasing your glutes.
You keep saying you got something for me. It's still okay. It's walking is so good. With weights or without weights.
So now that we have a clear understanding of what CrossFit is not, it is important that we understand what CrossFit is. CrossFit was invented in 1995 by Greg Glassman. Here's a picture of Mr. Glassman. Mr. Glassman is quoted in the CrossFit Journal as saying, "CrossFit is a strength and conditioning fitness methodology that promotes broad and general overall physical fitness. CrossFit combines weightlifting, sprinting, and gymnastics." Now that we've defined it, we need to talk about what is the purpose of CrossFit. CrossFit again was invented in 1995 and it was first used to train the Santa Cruz Police Department in California. CrossFit has also been used by the Canada School of Infantry, the United States Marine Corps, and multiple law enforcement agencies. CrossFit has been used more in Iraq and Afghanistan among the troops as a different way to work out. CrossFit grew from just 18 recognized accredited gyms in 1995 to over 1,700 accredited gyms in 2010, according to the CrossFit headquarters located in Santa Barbara, California. There are many reasons that suggest that why CrossFit has grown so much over the past 5 years. Sylvian Rander, a Canadian Olympic hopeful and a dedicated CrossFitter, was quoted saying in the Montreal Gazette, "I like the fact that the workout is efficient, functional, and does not take much time. He also likes the sense of achievement he gets." Now that we've defined what CrossFit is and where it came from, who does CrossFit? What do you need? Well, what if you can't afford a gym membership? What if you can't afford equipment? Well, here's what makes CrossFit unique. There are many different types of multifunctional equipment that is used in CrossFit training. Some can be bought, substituted, or can be made at home. I've provided a couple examples of homemade CrossFit equipment that can be used or bought over the internet, and the picture shows rings that can be purchased on the internet, which are displayed right here. Pull-up bars, any fixed structures that you might have around your house can be used, and then heavy bags for squats, for deadlifts, for cleans can be used. But if you can't purchase a heavy bag, you can't afford it, you take an old military duffel bag from an Army surplus store. If your dad has one, fill it full of sand or dirt, and you can use that as something to help you work out. One thing that you will not find, though, however, in CrossFit is wanker weights or machines. CrossFit is highly against using machines or fixed weights, just for the lack of good that they feel that it does. However, probably the biggest and most available equipment though for CrossFit training is your body. There are over 300 different types of workouts that you can do just using your body weight that you do not need equipment for in order to do CrossFit. Now that you have an understanding of CrossFit, some useful equipment, let's look at some common exercises with and without equipment. Here's a picture of a guy using an Olympic barbell doing squats. Running is also a part of CrossFit. Some of us need a little motivation to run. Forrest Gump found out that a little motivation helped him run a little faster. Helped him through college and through Vietnam as well. And then Vince Vaughn here in Old School demonstrates gymnastics or his gymnastic ability from his CrossFit training, and he's still holding. And then if you did as poorly as I did on my PT test on push-ups, looking at this picture of this lady doing clapping push-ups is pretty humiliating and gives me motivation to continue my training in CrossFit. And then another very type of push-up is a handstand push-up. It's a type of workout that you can do again without equipment, and it's pretty smoky. Now that we have an understanding of what CrossFit is and the community that use it, I hope that if you are in search of a workout program that you'll remember what we have discussed. CrossFit is a multifunctional workout system and has been proven to work. It can be used by the most basic person with a willing mind and able body to the most dedicated and focused athlete. The moves and workouts are simple, but like anything else will take practice and hard work, but it can be inexpensive and productive. In closing, I will leave you with these words of wisdom from possibly one of the greatest football coaches of all time, Bear Bryant. Never quit. It is the easiest cop-out in the world. Set a goal